Welcome to Coach's Corner, everybody. I'm Coach Lyndon, aka Lyndon or Mr. GID.
Whoa, so many names. I'm M.
I'm Coach Amy.
And I'm Coach Debbie, aka Debbie.
Wow, that's a woo!
This is how I can tell who was part of like ciphers and crews and who weren't. And it's all good because you had like 4 names. Yo, my name is Mr. GID, aka Lyndon, aka Lynn, aka Mr. Fantastic, aka the Human Stretch, aka and I can just keep going,
aka Snake
aka Mega Mai, aka just keep going. After a certain point, I'm like, aka without an arm I spit, aka. I can really just keep going. I really could.
Kneecaps.
Welcome to Coach's Corner, everybody, where we help people change their relationships with food and fitness. We're just going to say it again. I'm Lyndon.
I'm
Amy.
Debbie.
You weren't sure what to do, Dad, Coach or not? I did the same thing, so it's all good. We're trying to change how we present ourselves, so, you know. We are coaches, but at the same time, we're also people. This is your chance to connect with us. So we're going to try to be more human on camera. So that way you get to know us. All right? I'm laughing how y'all both did the robot at the same time.
Superhuman.
That's actually what today's Coach's Corner is about. Taking regular words and breaking them down a little bit to help people realize what they mean and how they can connect with them. So, we're not choosing superhuman per se. We're actually choosing extraordinary. Has anyone ever heard me say the phrase for extraordinary? Because I literally said it in space today.
I got it.
What is it?
Doing the ordinary extra times.
Makes you?
Extraordinary.
You gotta connect.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. I thought that was
bar drop. No connection.
I thought y'all could do it.
Verizon. No signal.
Yeah. 0 bars. We out here.
Can't make a call.
Yeah. Oh, you guys got it, right?
This is how you can tell it's been too long. We're just joking around. But at the same time, that's actually what I do want to talk about. I want to make sure that people understand what it's for, and then why we do what we do, and how we do it. So we always go physically, mentally, and spiritually. I'd like to kind of roundtable it today. So I have said extraordinary, and I believe that every person is extraordinary in their own way because there's something they've done more than the average person to be seen as amazing at whatever that thing is. So I'd like to approach it from a mental level first today. What does extraordinary look like mentally? And let's roundtable it. Anybody can shoot something out.
Oh, round table it. Yeah, it means anyone can.
Yo.
That means I thought we were going around the table. Yeah.
do that.
No. Got it.
Let's egg table it.
thrown. Got thrown.
Cadbury bunny table.
Yeah, not.
Cadbury bunny egg table it.
It's getting about that time.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, my son
You
was
going first?
Anyone can go.
All right, I'm going.
Yeah, okay,
do
you
it.
go.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Mentally extraordinary. I
Yeah.
think
I can't.
if we're taking the extra or the ordinary extra times, I think the more that you can put your mind to a task and be okay with failing, the better you are, the more of an expert you end up becoming at the thing. It's really how they teach us not to be okay with failure as part of the process that makes it, hard to be extraordinary in the thing. I think you see anyone performing at a high level is because they failed more than the person not.
It's a mental toughness, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I got.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, see, now we're just all confused. I don't know.
Why? Why are we confused?
Because we had a structure
I just
and
don't
now
want
it's
to
all
talk
up in
over
the air.
anybody.
That's the
No
best
one's
part.
talking.
Taco,
Exactly.
well, your face said I might talk. And
Wow. Maybe it's an exercise in not watching people's face.
Wow. I'm going to exercise not watching people's face. I was going to say, I guess to build on what you were saying at this point, but I think it's about like mental capacity
Oh.
and looking at my face. I think
Now
it's
we're all
about,
watching your face. Go.
yeah, capacity. So extraordinary you're building like an ordinary capacity into a larger capacity for handling things mentally, processing things mentally. And
I just want you to know this is similar to your face on camera when I'm talking. Go for it.
there's something wrong with my face, you guys. I'm really
There's
sorry.
nothing wrong with her face.
Nothing wrong with that
No
face.
one
Sorry.
said that. No one said that.
I can't control it.
All right, you ready? Keep going.
It's more like, not quite that face, because my teeth don't show.
This is my version of your face.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You're interpretive
It's
dancing.
my version. Yeah, I'm
The-
interpretive
Gotta
facing.
make it your own.
I'm
interpretive
about facing.
You had to bring it around.
jokes.
I did.
All right.
Bring it oval.
So
Great,
many,
well, I'm
so many
done now.
layers when you do it.
I'm
like
all
this.
done, everyone.
You're done. You are not done. You're in the
this
middle of a
is
thing. No,
so
finish.
Good. That's all I wanted to say.
Is it?
I think it's Amy's turn.
I don't think it's anyone's turn.
It's a round table.
Well,
so we
I just
go-
didn't hear from Amy, so I'm just handing you the invisible
Oh, okay.
talking
She didn't
stick.
hear from me
Well,
either,
I
but
did
you're
say,
more important.
You started it. Oh
And
my
I think
god.
what we talked about is mental toughness, and I think that the capacity really does add to that. I think there's a lot of, if you think about mentally where weakness might show, I guess if we want to look at it as like
Sure.
strength and weakness, is maybe I don't have the ability to respond without reacting. I don't have the ability to push myself through failure. I don't have the ability to fail and continue to go. So I think, really, I think those things can be hard because the failure feels bad, right? If you react to some shit that you wanted to maybe not, and you're like, that feels bad. But I think those are kind of like mental reps. If you want to think about it, like if we're failing, that's where we really are building capacity. I don't think it is something that you can build without fucking that up.
I think saying mental reps is important. People think failure is like the end of the road in so many different ways. So I actually think about it like killing mediocrity, right? I don't think of it, I like to think, I take the approach that we're told in current society not to take, and it's worked pretty fucking well for me so far. So I like to think work, hustle, kill, right? Work as hard as I possibly can, don't worry about the result. Hustle like tomorrow doesn't exist. Kill everything that doesn't help you be you. Work, hustle, kill. I like to think like that. So killing mediocrity actually helps you to do things that you necessarily don't identify with, right? Like this world is a place of average being celebrated. And I personally think that that's a mistake, because if everyone's the same, then there's no individuality, or people start seeking it in places that aren't even positive anymore. So I like to think of it like something we can do where if you allow yourself to do something that maybe someone else views as mediocre, again, to get your mental reps in. If I want to be, let's say I want to be a better dad, right? And to be a better dad means to spend time with my kids, okay? This is a very simple formula, right? Until you add life factors, right? So as an example, let's say, I'll use myself. I have my new daughter, right? Lennox Rose. And Lennox she's a great baby. Like, it's actually kind of insane how good of a kid she is until the nighttime. And then she is a bit of a, I do what I want. The Dukes comes out at night.
The Dukes come out.
Yo, for real. Right? She literally does this all night. She's just fighting.
She's carrying on
I'm telling
LJ's
you.
fist
Yes. Double. He usually did one.
He did one,
She
yeah.
does two. LJ used to flick people off out in the hospital. I'm not playing. He was wrapped up, and she was like, "Oh, he's so cute," and he's just like guy's not even open. That's why Kiera be talking so much trash to him all the time. So being a better father to Lennox means first of all, it means recognizing what's happening, right? Like, I have to go home and I have to be aware and present enough for me to say, okay, Ashley is feeding this baby. So how do I make sure that Lennox is fed? This is taking care of her. Feed her, clothe her, give her a warm place to stay in a stable environment, right? Stability and provision. That's what it's about. And I break these things down. Once I break down stability means regular schedule for things. It means that mom is always available to feed, right? That's where we got into provision. Ashley needs to be healthy enough to able to give. How do I help with that? Well, I either cook or I make sure there's food available, right? I remember reaching out to the community and kind of talking about the things, and then Amy set up a meal train, right? Which is to help with provision of food. So in that same space, now I get to go, okay, food's taken care of. So now, how about mom being mentally aware and cognizant enough to be the best version of herself with the kids? Sure, some of that is on Ashley, but the other part is on my part in it. So we agreed, because she was having trouble sleeping, that I would take the baby half the night, which is my way of providing her stability for her mental, which then the kids benefit from, right? Okay. So every single night for it's been about a week, right? She's only been here for two and a half. So we realize how new this is. I'm taking Lennox from midnight to 4 o'clock, right? And that is, for the average person, sacrifice isn't the name of their game, right? This is why I say kill mediocrity. Mediocrity is selfish, right? Super selfish. But ironically, and I think everyone at this table would agree, but you can disagree if you'd like, your best life comes from what you give, right? I cannot give from a place of lack. I have to give from a place of abundance, just hands down. It doesn't matter if it's physical, mental, spiritual, financial, it doesn't matter, right? So I can't say I want to build a better home and I can't provide what's necessary for me to build the home. Does that make sense? Mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, like all that is tied. So now that mom is getting good rest, the next thing for me to do is to make sure that the home remains stable, protecting the piece of space, using my ability to be a paragon to the defense of my entire home. That means bad energy, stay the fuck from around my house, right? It's, everybody's not welcome at all times. People can come, but sometimes I gotta be there to make sure that they leave in enough time to where they don't affect the mental of her mother. Mm-hmm. Again, all of this is part of being, that's not mediocre stuff, and it's giving, unselfishly. My selfish desire is for my child to have what she needs, but I give unselfishly for that to happen. Make sense? Mm-hmm. So I think of killing mediocrity because of that, right? Like if we kill, my desire is to fucking sleep at night. I'd love 6 hours of uninterrupted sleep. Mm-hmm. That would be amazing in my current phase, right? That's it. It's a very basic human need, right? Fucking sleep. It's not a tough one. But in this cycle, it is. And if I want that 6, I now have to go outside of that. I can't say, well, you have to deal with it, because that would destroy all the things. I have to find that time. I mean, maybe that means I have to go to bed at 8 o'clock. Maybe that means I got to make sure that I put Lennox down for a specific amount of time and I help them to develop a routine, which is the hard part. Mm-hmm. So Lennox actually sleeps through the night, right? It's all that. So again, killing mediocrity gives most people what they desire, and the reason they don't do it is because they don't want to do the mental reps. That's my opinion, right? So if you think about it like that, I think we can move right into physical, right? Mental reps and physical reps are tied, right? Mm-hmm. Even to do something challenging in the gym is to prepare yourself in a way that allows you to stop tricking yourself. Joanna was a great example today. She's like, I'm not strong enough to do that. And then she was training with the badass ladies of the 6 a.m. And then all of a sudden, next thing you know, she was lifting twice as much and wasn't even thinking about it. Mm-hmm. Didn't even know she had it in her. She's like, oh my gosh. Like she left, her legs were wobbly because she had done so much. She had no idea. A lot of mental, again, when we speak on physical toughness, it's followed by mental preparation, right? So I would like to think sometimes we trick ourselves. That's the mediocre. That's the average shit. Like you'd rather tell yourself, it's cool. I don't have to try as hard. Who's gonna know if I don't or do, right? That's mediocre. Mediocrity says, I'm okay here. Mediocrity procrastinates. Mediocrity looks for perfectionism, right? Like it's mediocre to stay stuck.
Maybe to look for outside accountability instead of internal.
I think you need both, to be fair.
I'm just like, but for mediocrity, if I'm thinking, because I'm thinking like,
Oh,
who's
okay.
gonna know if I don't
if it's
do
not.
that, right?
Absolutely.
Like that
Yes.
is like just some internal, like, well, you'll fucking know.
Yeah. Ironically, in situations like that, especially when physical, hire yourself a coach and getting it daily, right? Because that actually is what we do. Again, I would actually agree. I would agree that most of the time, if people realize that they were capable of more, they are. Like if they just turned off the noise for long enough for their literal brain to figure out, like, oh, I can actually do this, right? Just tell your brain, don't give your brain a choice. This is why I say work, hustle, kill, right? I'm gonna kill everything outside of the thing I need to do. I'm gonna hustle so hard that it doesn't matter if my knee busts, I'm gonna do what I said I'm gonna do, right? Most of you have seen me do something like that, right? And all of a sudden I'm fine. But in the moment, it doesn't feel great. I might actually hurt myself. Okay, right? Then, like right now, we're kind of watching, because I'm not doing it in space, but I'm rehabbing myself now. I got 2 weeks to be prepared. There's something about taking your leg from that straight position and every day dealing with excruciating pain to smallly progress to where I can sit like this today. Most people don't know what that process looks like, right? People will look at anyone sitting at this table and go, man, I wish I could do what you do, or man, I wish I looked like that. And it's like, yeah, but you have no idea what it takes for me to do this. I'll tell you, but right now, it looks extraordinary to you because you haven't done it enough times. That's mediocrity. Well, I'm gonna do it twice and then I'm gonna quit. But to be a master requires what, 10,000 hours of a thing? Great. Is anyone a master at this table at anything with fitness? I'm not.
Anything with fitness?
10,000 hours of the thing. 10,000.
count.
That's a long damn time.
I didn't
Only
count
got
my
that with
hours.
dance.
Yeah, I was gonna say dance.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that was the only thing I could think of.
I got
These
maybe 6, 7, maybe. Right? Like
I didn't count.
it's I don't count either.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you invest a lot more time than you think you do, and that's kind of the point.
Yeah.
If you worked out every single day for 2 hours, that would only give you 700 and what is it? 365. So 730. Am I right? Yeah, that's right. 730 hours if you worked out for 2 hours every single day. Yeah. So to be a master
a lot of
requires
years.
so much time, right? Like, yeah, well, people don't think about it. And maybe people don't think about it because it would make you feel like that's a mountain. And people are afraid of mountains. But let me tell you something about mountains. Matter of fact, you climb a lot of mountains.
I was just gonna say I love to climb a good mountain.
Yeah, I'm dead.
It was on her face. It wasn't like this.
It's like
So I knew there was something in there.
mountains.
say.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Now don't plot your fingers down there. Let's hear what you got to say.
About mountains, I just think
Yeah.
like
Are mountains insurmountable?
absolutely not.
Okay,
it's
great.
just about
How do you start?
you just do start.
By doing what?
Well,
What do you have to do
You put
first?
one foot in front of the other, and you also, I mean, you could prepare yourself, but also like I think an important thing about mountains is if you're climbing a really tall part of the mountain, that you don't necessarily look at the thing that you're super far away from, but you are able to look at where you are and maybe get like smaller, go to like a rock over here or a really beautiful tree that's closer so that you can very mindfully like put one foot in front of the other and then feel good about every piece of the journey.
Milestone.
Well, and you said prepare. I think that's a big one because you don't show up to the mountain with nothing, right?
No, you gotta bring your water, you need snacks,
Yeah.
maybe bring your dog, maybe a walking stick,
Well,
and some good shoes.
Here's what's interesting to me. First of all, I don't think you need to prepare for the mountain. I don't. I think there are mountains in your life you better damn sure be prepared for. But I don't think you prepare for every mountain. I think you prepare for some of the mountains.
You don't always know.
That's correct.
There's
How
a
do you
mountain.
prepare for the mountain you know? Like imagine you're in the middle of a park and they just decided to cut off all the sides and the only way to go is up that mountain that's in front of you. Now you're stuck. right? And you didn't plan on being stuck. You planned on, let's say, taking a 3-mile course. That was very nice and easy.
Sure.
But now you can't take that, right?
you train
There's
for
a
it?
bog. There's different things. You can train what?
You can train yourself physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, so
I
that
know
when
this one.
mountains appear, you
Yeah,
can
you
handle
train your
that.
capacity to handle whatever comes your way, right?
How you doing?
practice.
Yeah, practicing what?
Whatever the thing is you want to be good at. You training your body.
Nope, I disagree. Okay, if you don't know what's coming, you
Yeah.
don't know what's coming. You have no idea what this is going to look like. How do you prepare? Because there's a lot of people out there right now
That's a great
that
question.
watch this and do the thing. You know the answer. You don't. You just don't know you know the answer.
Train for life.
How do you train for life?
Athleticism.
Well, I think
Just
maybe
become an athlete.
Functional training.
I think it starts is back up here,
Ah,
right? If you're like, you just stay ready. If I'm ready, right?
Stay
If I'm
got to get ready.
mentally ready to
exhausting.
handle surprises, hard lefts, getting kicked off the boat. I don't
Facts.
know.
Ah.
Yeah.
Right? It's. I mean, you read a whole book on it, man. I mean, you literally did a
Be
challenge. for it.
comprehensive.
What do you need?
I did.
What do you need?
That
is
their
the answer.
thing. That
You're
Amy
gonna say
said.
it? All right.
My
So-
second voice.
Already got it, so she didn't
She was
remember.
like, you gotta be mentally tough. See, a lot of people don't realize that. Okay, let's take myself, right? Like, I'm gonna use me because I know my examples. There's no better example from my life than me, right? So I like to think of it like, in the last 2 months, I should be in a corner sucking my thumb somewhere. I'm dead serious. If I allowed life's things to put me in the position of the average mediocre person, like, I would be stuck. What most people don't know, unless you've been watching these frequently, is that I prepared for 100 days of doing shit that I did not want to do to prepare for whatever came my way. I just kept doing things I hated for 100 fucking days just to make sure that I was ready. Like, we can say this on camera. I'm black as hell. I don't like being outside in the cold. That shit is trash. Okay? I try, but I fucking hate it. There was definitely mornings I just looked at my, the compressions and was like, I'm not putting those shits on. We're not going outside today. Or I'd come here, my arm would be fucked up or my hip hurt or so whatever. And I'd be like, I'm not doing that today.
Yeah.
Right? Is that not doing something I don't want to do every single
That
day?
happened.
Right? Actually, did I get hurt or did you get hurt?
I got hurt.
You got hurt.
It was me.
Yeah, I got hurt before.
Yeah, we're taking turns getting
It's
hurt.
fine. So what we got when I'm gonna say we had to back off because it was a choice to keep working together, right? So in that space, I could have left you, right? And if I had left you, I could have tried to do it on my own. But the hard choice was, first of all, just showing up on someone else's fucking time sucks. Just for me, it always has. It never feels good. And that's part of being mentally tough. I'm going to show up every single time, no matter how difficult it is, no matter what life throws in my way, no matter if the kids are crying or Ashley needs me, I'm going to make sure I show up to this time every single goddamn day. That is not easy, right? So if we're looking at physical toughness is followed by mental. I 100% agree. However, training for the hill that you never see coming looks like training in general to go up and down. Elevations, go down hills fast. It looks like preparing for anything. To the average person, I could be you know how many people are tough enough to run a 100-mile race and would never ran a 100-mile race? That's insane. People do it all the time though, right? One of my favorite people to run is this fat runner. Literally, she calls herself the fat runner. That's not me making fun of her. She calls herself the fat runner. And she's done all these marathons and people make fun of her because sometimes she doesn't complete them. But she's got like
I've seen her.
40 different marathons under her fucking belt. It's amazing, right? Like, you're making fun of this woman for going from place to place, state to state, and doing something you won't get off your couch and do. She's killed mediocrity. And she's even posting it on social media where she knows she's gonna get blasted.
Yeah.
Like, that is killing mediocrity to me, right? Taking my daughter and then showing her at 5 fucking o'clock every day, this shit trash.
Yeah.
It's trash. Still doing it, right? And that's not to say you won't have moments where you almost fail. You just persevere, right? Like, so to me, being the size I am now, from the 110-pound guy who used to drink too many drugs and had anxiety and PTSD at the forefront, it was all about building this individual. So no one can tear down this individual because I got the fucking proof. I can look at myself and say, I'm the proof. I could never. Yeah, you couldn't, because you're weaker than me, because you refuse to do what I do. You're right, you never could, but you ain't gonna tell me what I could do, because I know. I didn't put the work in. 100 days straight. Motherfucker gonna tell me I'm gonna break down because I gotta handle some shit? No, I'm gonna put the whole family on my back, because the last 100 days have shown me I can do anything I put my mind to. Do you get what I'm saying? I never trained for the mountain, but the mountain came, and I was prepared. Ash needed to be at the hospital. I was between here. If you saw me last time, I think Devin was the only one who saw me intimately last time, like every single day, had conversations about it. I was a fucking mess with the LJ thing. It was hard. Like, it was just hard, right? And I remember being like, I don't know if I can do this, right? Like, I remember having these moments where I was like, I think I need to shut this whole space down just to be there for my family. I've had times where I didn't know if we was gonna open these doors again. I didn't know if I was gonna be able to pay the bills. Right? The mental reps were showing up anyway. I was believing in God for provision, but I was also putting in the work. That's what allowed it to happen. So, again, I'm sure everyone has an example of that in their life in some way, shape, or form. That's why I think killing mediocrity is important. And again, you don't prep for the hill by running the hill all the time. Sometimes you just you're ready you go up and down small hills until that big hill comes. Sometimes you have never walked a hill in your life and you need to get up that hill. Me personally, I'm gonna be the person that does all the jumping and elevation training I can do. So no matter what size this hill is, there's some prep, right? I'm preparing for the hill by preparing myself. That's it. I don't know the hill. Let's go around, let's make it fun. What's one mental hill that you had to get over in this last 3 months?
LOL.
I said last 3 months. I just gave mine babies.
Babies.
What you got? What we got? Anybody can go.
Yeah, I guess for me, the last 3 months, mental hill has been working through being vulnerable in intimate relationships and trust.
Fair. Yours? Devin, yours?
I guess.
You talking to me?
Either one.
I'm yours and you're Devin.
I'm yours. Son, sealed, delivered.
I guess mine is, I don't know, I could say so many things that it feels confusing, but
Go for it.
allowing people to see me for like who I really am so that they can choose instead of just deciding that I don't want people to know me, I guess.
Okay. Stop lying to loved ones. Be more transparent. Am I over it? Said a hill I gotta that I had to get over.
Got over it. Something you've dealt with.
I'm climbing, yo.
And
Yeah,
succeeded.
I'm
Yeah, well,
climbing.
give me something you succeeded in then.
Shit.
Succeeded.
Where's someone you succeeded? I fucking made it through this pregnancy with flying colors. Flying fucking colors. Like, amazingly so. I had a fucked up leg. I climbed stairs every single day in pain and had no problem with it because I knew what it was for, right? Like, and again, I was at hospital and here. If the space needed me, I was here and I was ready. And then I was there and I was ready. I was up till 2 o'clock, 3 nights in a row. and didn't even feel bad about it. Didn't feel like, man, this fucking drained me. I was just like, all right, cool. So I'm gonna go to sleep at 2, and I'm gonna get this rest for 4 hours, and I'm gonna fucking go. Like that's literally my mind was ready. That's a win. Like that's a hard, easy win. I was there for the wife. I was here for the space. Nothing failed as I went through this very, very challenging time. That's a fucking win. That's why I'm asking. What can you look at and say, I know that's a win. Like nobody can take me from me. I won there. Give me something. Wait.
Why are you doing that? So weird.
Sit back. I just gave my win.
I don't know. I feel like stuff that I felt like I was winning at in the last few months, like wasn't really a solid win.
Where?
Like just based on feedback and like
Lord.
how much I needed to learn while it was happening. But like during the thing, I would feel like I was winning.
You need to kind of shoot that out. No one knows what you're talking about. That was very vague.
It was
I
vague.
might have an idea.
It was so vague. Yeah, I don't know if I feel like I won at something super hard.
You don't have to win at something super hard. I said a win.
Super hard.
A hill you faced and a win. You could literally walk over a small divot and call it a hill. Like, it doesn't have to be something huge.
That sounds,
75
It
hard.
doesn't.
sounds lame.
75,
That would have been an easy win.
75 super hard.
We didn't win at 75 super hard.
We actually
But-
did. No, we really did.
At 75 hard.
Yeah,
but
we
not
won at
phase
super hard
one.
too. No, for real. We took a break because literally my life would not allow for me to do it the way it does.
Right.
I literally got destroyed in a week. Like destroyed. I was in a hospital till like super late one
I know,
night.
that's why I
my
stopped
leg
doing
was
it.
jacked up. Right? Like that.
Yeah.
Like, do you get what I'm saying? I couldn't complete phase one,
okay.
but I definitely, I said I could push myself and hurt myself worse. I could make the actual
Yeah.
choice to take care of myself.
Sure.
And that's what I chose. I chose to take care of myself because what's coming next? That's not losing. That's actually winning.
Oh man.
Discernment.
Win losing.
Win, losing?
Yeah, I don't know. I went through a lot of this stuff with you over that like last few weeks. So yeah, I think
Where's
I don't
the
know.
win? Where's the win?
Fuck, it's really hard. It's really hard to pick a
Where's the
win.
win?
I
Let's
feel
take a
like
minute.
I navigated difficult conversations with my team and friends. It felt super fucking uncomfortable.
Did it work?
And it did work.
So it was a win.
Yeah.
You won a mountain. Got it. What's your win? What's your win?
Oh, you're coming.
Yeah, you're next.
He's
What's your
coming
my
for
win.
you.
What's your win?
My win is
Yeah, I need the win.
since I came into this space, I'm
Nah,
still here.
Beginning of the year.
3
What's your
months,
win?
Holmes.
All right.
You tried it. What's
Since
your
the
win?
beginning of the year, I'm still here.
That's bullshit.
Oh,
What's your win?
crap.
What's your win? You gotta give a real win. You gotta give a real win.
In a year?
Yeah, within since
No, 3
January
months.
2025.
Yeah. So
3
all right.
months.
In the last 3 months.
What's your win?
Say the question fully.
Oh no.
That's literally what
Not
the
just
question
what's your
is.
win, but what's your win in what area?
Well,
Mentally.
no, I didn't give it in anywhere. I didn't
Thought
give
it
it
was
in. I didn't know.
mentally.
I didn't give it in
Oh,
anywhere.
shit.
I said, give me a win that you had.
Damn,
within
I got more
this
than
whole year.
Okay.
There was no limitation. I just said, give me a win.
But you're saying me
We
being here
chose
still
mental
isn't-
wins because we were talking about mental toughness, and they were very trying times for both of us. So we chose those things because we actually adversity showed up, and we opened the door, let it in, gave it tea, and then sent it on its way.
All right, I
like
hear
that's
you.
that's what a win is.
But hear me out.
Uh-oh.
Me still being here is the win.
How so?
Because I don't feel that I would still be here if
So you got to explain all that.
so long.
See, I mean, make it short. Make it short.
I historically run away from hard situations that could force me to grow and hold me accountable to shit that that I'm doing that's holding me back from what I say I want.
So let's say normally when hard stuff pops up, you run, and in the last year you have chosen to stay in spite of those difficult things.
Yeah.
Sounds like a win. Easy stuff. Do you know what's really funny to me? Right at this fucking table, you guys are fucking lame for that. Do you know why? Because you don't even see your wins in your fucking faces because you're so worried about where you didn't win. Wake the fuck up, stop pretending you don't have wins, and do it in a way that actually gives you what you want. If you stack your wins as hard as y'all stack your losses, you could fucking win. Do you get what I'm saying? What do we call this in space? How do we stack our wins right from the beginning? How?
Saying habit stacking?
Habit stacking is a way to start to stack wins, but there's something actually real simple that you could do right in the beginning of the day. You wake up, and we've talked about this. You can look in the fucking mirror and do affirmations. Let's go. You can start. I'm serious. I'm not playing. Most people don't even have the faith in themselves to stand tall in adversity. Do you understand that's mental? Like, I gotta wake up in the morning sometimes and tell myself I'm that motherfucking dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you gotta do that. Listen, no matter what comes my way today, I'm gonna get through it. I don't give a fuck if the whole world stops. I'm gonna do whatever I need to do. The zombie apocalypse could come. I'm still gonna make it to that hospital. Like, you can tell yourself stuff like that, or you could treat it real. Like, you can turn on a song. Let the song tell you about what you are. Music transcends your own personal thought patterns. You can turn on something and it change your whole mood, right? Vibrations literally can change how you're actually vibing yourself. Yeah. Okay, great. So turn on them motherfucking speakers and let that shit play in your ear until it change your vibe. Right? We like to use the word fucking vibes. Let's use it the way it's really supposed to be said. No, I'm serious. Yeah, use vibes the way it's supposed to be said. Right? If I'm vibrating and it ain't making me feel good and the people around me ain't feeling it, how do I change my frequency? It's on you, right? Is it on you? Yeah. Can anyone else change your frequency?
They could try to help you.
Not if you don't let them. Not if you got that violet flame on.
You attract what you put out.
So what we're saying
resonance.
What we're saying is, doing the work yourself is the only surefire way to vibe the way you want to. That's what we're saying, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, great. That's what I said. Instead of being up here and being like, I'm losing so much, why don't you affirm yourself with the fucking wins? And don't look to other people to affirm your wins. Just affirm your wins. Like, I ain't gotta affirm your wins. Maybe I don't think it's a win. Is that important?
No.
Should it be?
No.
You get what I'm saying? And there could be space where you ask me, then it becomes important. But for yourself to feel who you are, again, reflection is important, but so is believing. Like, I feel like belief is way more important than reflection. I don't have to be the best person in the world to realize that I've got potential. And it's simple. I don't think we're gonna make spiritual at this point.
Next time.
I don't think we're gonna make it. So let's shut it out. I don't even know if it went off. We've been talking so damn loud. So let's close it out. Thank you so much for watching.
Did you go?
What?
My win?
Yeah.
Yeah, she did hers for a second.
Shit.
Thank you so much for watching today. If you'd like to check us out or join our community, reach out to us on www.gettingitdaily.com.
Oh, I remember.
Or you can reach out to us on social media, Facebook or Instagram under the name Getting It Daily. Until next time, I'm Lyndon.
I'm Coach M.
Amy.
And Debbie.
We're signing off.
Peace.